Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Millie here from Blink Lettering. For those of you who may be new here and don't know who I am, I run a little calligraphy business called Blink Lettering, and on Instagram I love sharing lots of calligraphy videos. So if you're into just watching videos or even learning calligraphy, head over there. And over in my Etsy shop I sell foil prints and gifts and cards, so be sure to check that out. I'll leave the links in the description below for you. Today we've got a really quick tutorial on how to do faux calligraphy or fake calligraphy. So this kind of calligraphy is really great for beginners. It means that you can just focus on the letter forms and you don't have to worry too much about a flexible nib. It also means you don't need any special equipment. You can just have a simple pen or a pencil and the nib doesn't need to be flexible. So I'm going to take you through the steps now. Before I do that, I'll just let you know what I'm using today. I've got the Rhodia Notebook. Don't know if you can see that. So this is just like the Rhodia dot pads that I like using, but this is a saddle stitch book. And then the pens I'll be using today are the Pentel Fude Touch sign pen and also the Sakura Pigma Micron. This is in size 0.5. These pens are great for faux calligraphy. They are archival and waterproof ink, so they're good for any like final pieces that you might want to create. And they come in various nib sizes, so you can really change up how your calligraphy looks. So I'm going to be using this pen first, and this is to show you what style we're trying to create with our faux calligraphy. So this pen has a flexible nib, which enables you to create the thick and thin lines that you see in calligraphy. So I'm just going to write simple word. So the thing that makes calligraphy what it is these thick and thin lines. As you could see when I was doing that, whenever I was going up, it's a thin line, and when I'm going down, it's a thick line. So that's just the two rules you need to remember. So we'll just write that here. So these two rules are really important to remember when you're trying to fake your calligraphy. So what we want to do is try and recreate the word hey. Now you can just do it in your normal cursive handwriting if you want. However, I'm going to actually lift my hand off the paper after each stroke, and it gives that a little bit more calligraphy style. So we're just going to be drawing one line at the moment, and we're going to do the whole word. So as you can see, I'm lifting my hand off the paper and just moving it along. So it's very similar strokes to normal calligraphy, and it just gives us a similar style. Now I'll just do some normal cursive writing as well. We can just see how that works differently. My writing's not the neatest, by the way, so we just want to try and replicate this word. So wherever it's going thick, we're going down. So on the curve, I've just kind of started at the top and moved outwards a little bit, and then we can just colour that in. And you can see we've already created our first thick line, and we're going to do this one. So I'm just following the curve with my pen a little bit just to get a bit more of a fluid join between the thick and the thin. So as you can see, it's created a really similar style, and that's how you can fake your calligraphy. I'll just show you what it's like with my cursive. Because my cursive is a bit more of a scrawl, there isn't as much space for me to go in for the thick lines, and that's why it's quite nice to just really take your time over each letter. And also if you do that now with this kind of pen and just take your time over each stroke and each letter form, when it comes to using a brush pen or pointed pen and you want to try and do real calligraphy, you'll already have that muscle memory. As you can see, it was a bit tighter and a bit more of a scrawl. But I've just followed the rules here of whenever I'm going down, it's thick, and whenever it's up, it's thin. So what do you do if you don't have a word that you can copy? Because we've got that word I can copy there. So I'm just gonna write my name. So I've just written my name, and what you could do is, I've lost my pencil. Where's my pencil? Found my pencil. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go very lightly in pencil next to this word wherever I'm going down and up. So this is a really good exercise for you to do when you first start doing your faux calligraphy. So I'm just gonna trace over the top of each letter. So here I know I'm going down, and then if I'm going up here, and then it goes back down here. And just keep following the letter and drawing in these little arrows as reference. So now I've just gone over this letter and drawn in reference arrows for where it's going down and where it's going up. And we just need to remember this rule. So when it's down, it's thick, and when it's up, it's thin. So when it's going up, I'm not going to change the line at all, but when it's going down, I'm going to change the thickness. So this is just a good little exercise, just to sketch in the downs and ups. So before you start colouring anything in, you can just double check how everything sits. Just going to go down here, and then this goes up, but at this curve it's going down. Up and then down again at the curve. Up and then down. Up, and then we're going all the way down here. And then it goes up, and we've got our down arrow again. And you can see here I've just kind of gone out the line a little bit, so I'm just going to thicken it up at the bottom so it connects better. There we go. And then this is down and down again. So that's just a good little exercise. If you don't have a word to reference, is just get a pencil and draw in your little arrows. If you're still not entirely confident, you could do these thick and thin lines with a pencil as well, and then you can rub it out if anything doesn't look quite right. So that's just a quick little tutorial on how to do your faux calligraphy. As I said, this is a great way for beginners to get into calligraphy without worrying too much about a flexible nib or having to get particular equipment or anything like that. I'm just going to do a little time lapse now of what my faux calligraphy alphabet looks like, so you can always come back to this video and reference it as well if there's any letters that you're particularly struggling with. So this is my faux calligraphy alphabet. You can always use it as a reference if you're going to give faux calligraphy or fake calligraphy a go. As I said, this is a great way for beginners to get into calligraphy and really learn the letter forms and the strokes and get the muscle memory with your hand. You can just use any old pencil or pen and create some really beautiful work. I hope this little tutorial helped you understand how to create faux calligraphy. If you enjoyed watching it, make sure you give it a big thumbs up and don't forget to hit that big red subscribe button if you want to see more videos from me in the future. I'd love to know what kind of videos you want to see me do, so pop in the comments below anything that you'd want to learn, or are there any pens you want me to try out. Thank you so much for watching, and bye for now.